Okay, continuing to part 2. But yes, so ending of cycles 222. I was talking about how sometimes in abusive relationships people stay in for the wrong kind of reasons. I shouldn't say wrong. It's hard to know when to leave a situation. I can understand that, especially when emotions are involved, when things have been physical, and when you felt like you've built something together. But in the previous video, I was talking about how an old friend of mine was literally hurting herself in order to get a point across, and how in those situations that you are not responsible for the person, you are responsible for calling the authorities to help this person or people. You know, if somebody is ever feeling, or if you feel it, I don't mean in a way that you overreact because you're pissed. I mean in a way that you're genuinely concerned for someone's safety and or yours, to call the authorities and let them handle the situation. Because these are karmic cycles. You're not gonna... It doesn't always have to be extreme, but it's not gonna be comfortable, hence getting out of your comfort zone. You know? And your prayers will be answered. Maybe your prayer is to get out of an abusive relationship, and I hope you do. I pray that you do. I pray that anyone that is suffering that way gets the help that they need. I really do. So continue with the reading. 222, affirmation. Beyond my comfort zone is where my next adventure lies. Yes. You may feel, and it's so crazy because the one's on right now is Conversations in the Dark, John Legend. Your love was all you owe me, and I will never break your heart. Maybe that's what this person could be telling you. They could be trying to convince you that things aren't that bad, or that they won't do it again. Maybe they cheated, you know? Maybe they stepped out. Look, it's a karmic cycle, so you take it as it resonates. Situation is, whatever your situation is, but it could even be you being the cheater, and you're starting to realize, oh man, I don't want to be a cheater no more. Like, it really depends. And the song that just came on right now is Jericho. Make a move, start a wave. Yeah. Hello again. That's kind of the thing about shifting out of your comfort zone, is that you are going to cause a commotion in your environment. Oh my gosh. Buddy. Watch out, please. Thank you. You're gonna cause a shift in your environment. And with that shift, there will be disruptions to certain things around you. Like, say, your parents like to see you and this person together, but behind the scenes they don't know how, traumatically abusive it is, or et cetera, et cetera. Buddy, come on now. Gotta move your butt. You're in the way. You gotta go. No, don't sit down. You gotta move. Thank you. Come on. Thank you. I know you're curious about the book. It's a nice book. Sorry about that. But yeah, maybe the parents of this person don't even know how this person is. You know, that could also... girl, you know how many secrets I've had to hold on for these crazy friends I used to have from their family, just to tell them that they're good and everything's fine? You don't have to do that with this person. Maybe that is another thing you could be doing, is trying to figure out, maybe this person is not good with being confronted, right? So if you're cautious and are scared to do so, you are allowed to contact their family or close friends, explain the situation as best as you can, asking for help. And if they don't believe you, take matters into your own hands and just call the local authorities. I know, again, it can be very hard for domestic violence situations for the men not to be always believed in the situation, but I feel like I'm talking to a guy with an abusive woman. My guy, You don't have to put up with her shit, no matter what you've done. I'm not excusing your behavior, but this woman does not sound put together enough. But you have to end it because you are not responsible for her well-being at this point. She's dug her own grave, depending on what's happening and what she's done to you. And to other people who you might have even been involved with. So, I'm going to continue the reading here. Activation. Rose quartz is a crystal that resonates with the energy of 222. It embodies unconditional support and love, especially for yourself. When you're in a situation where a karmic cycle has ended, or you're stepping out of your comfort zone, carry this stone for support. You can also place it beneath your pillow while you sleep. This will serve as a channel for your angels to send you very high frequency vibrations, bringing you clarity, peace, and joy. Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, like I said, this situation does feel serious. It does feel urgent, but also it sounds like someone needs to take precaution and proper precaution. I get wanting to be hasty. I get wanting to be out of it immediately, but there are certain steps that you might have to take in order to do that. So be mindful of the things that you are doing. And I'm going to pull some of these disorder cards that I just got. A little book. Cute. Alright. Angels, spirits, and guides. What do we have for the collective today? Like I said, I really do hope that it is not that extreme to the point you have to call the authorities. But again, there have been some situations that I've witnessed and or heard about that end up being very, very dangerous. Alright, so I'm going to cover her booba. We have the Empress. How cool are these? Can you see that? And then we have Ace of Cups. Wow, so pretty. Thank you, Diego. And then we have Three of Cups. Alright. So, all in the upright. So that's a good thing. So let's read their descriptions. Hold on. Also might do a part 3 because it's going kind of long. Hold on, half of it's rightfully so in Spanish, so I need to look for the proper. There we go. Alright, so we have the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. Ace of Cups. The sacred spring. A feeling that springs from the heart. Okay, yeah. Again, leaving your comfort zone. You're wanting to take action. Yes, and that's good. So do so. Number 3 of Cups. Celebration. The dance of life. Listen. And Fix You by Coldplay. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired you can't sleep, stuck in reverse. Maybe that's how you're feeling about the situation. And the Empress. Fertility, support, love that protects. Okay. So maybe this person is expecting, and maybe you weren't expecting that. Maybe this hold on, part 3.